Hello, 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 hello. It is Monday night. Women with Purpose Leveling Up. Come in, everybody. Come on in from everywhere. Like and share. Hello, 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 hello. Thank you for coming on. Hello, good evening to you. Hey, it's 6 o'clock and it's Monday night. Women with Purpose Leveling Up. So excited to be on with you on tonight. Come in, like and share. Let somebody else know that we are on. It is October. We are now officially in the 10th month of the year. Oh my gosh, we are just about done with 2023 on natural calendar, on man's calendar, I should say. But we are grateful for all that has transpired this year so far. So keep coming in, like and share. Hello, hello, hello to all of you that are on. Let somebody else know we're on. Welcome to all of our new members who have joined us this week or this weekend. Thank you for joining us. We invite you to invite someone else to be a part of our Women with Purpose group. We have been doing this actually since 2019, 2020, right when the pandemic hit. And we weren't able to connect in person, or I wasn't able to do my groups in person. But God really did give me this. I mean, everyone else was using this platform for communications and church and all of those things. And so the Lord had really placed it up on my heart to use this same platform for women with purpose leveling up. And I just believe that He did really so hard give this to me. And here we are now, over 100. The last time I looked, it was over 106 women and men strong. And so I'm grateful on tonight for that. And let me, since I said the men, let me give a shout out to our men, to our brothers who support us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just always feel as though anytime a man can support a woman's initiative, we really do give you high recognition. We thank you. We appreciate you. Nothing that we really talk about is something that's just for women only. This is not a male bashing Monday night empowerment session. This is actually us empowering each other as women to be better women, better sisters, better moms, better wives, better church members, better spiritual leaders, or better leaders of certain organizations and initiatives. And so this is not about bashing anybody. This is really about encouraging, level up, and to move forward in life. Whatever that means for you, move forward in life. Most certainly, I am a God-fearing woman, so that first means to level up and move forward in our spiritual aspects of life. So thank you, thank you, thank you for coming in. I wanted to be, hello, hello, Gina. I wanted to be very transparent on tonight. As we embark into this October month, I think for the month of October, we really are going to involve ourselves in some women health conversation. You know, October has been designated to celebrate and to help women who are challenged with the fight of cancer to keep fighting. We know there's all kinds of cancers. I will say that I am no doctor, no health expert, but I will say my experience and challenges that I've had, sisters and other friends and growing up with have had to deal with this challenge of just our health period. It's one to talk about. It's a conversation to keep in the limelight, not just for 31 days, not just for 1 month of the year, but it is most certainly one that we must continue to encourage each other to um, um, become more aware about ourselves and about our health, mentally, emotionally, physically, all of those things. Because if we're not well, then we cannot do all that God has in store for us to do. And so I think for the next 4 or 5 Mondays, however many Mondays there are in October, we really are going to dive deeply into this conversation of our health. I even believe that God is leading me to go ahead and tell my testimony of health challenges and even the challenges I've had to face, even with my husband. And I know that's not a cancer situation, but it's still a health challenge, and one in which that we still need to keep before us and keep up in the forefront of our minds. And so, with that said, let me first say this. I celebrate you ladies. I celebrate every woman on here tonight, first and foremost. And I even more so this month celebrate those of you who either are in this fight of fighting breast cancer or colon cancer or brain cancer or whatever the cancers are, breast cancers. I salute you on tonight, and I want to be your strong shoulder for the remainder of the in your fight by yourself. You always have someone praying for you, interceding for you on your behalf. For those of you who have overcome and have successfully been in remission from breast cancer and other cancers, let me say congratulations to you. And I hope and pray that you don't just bottle all of what you went through in and just say, okay, I got over it and, I'm done. I hope that you too involve yourself with other organizations, other initiatives, church services, faith-based organizations, to tell your story, because I know for a fact that it is a positive story. And having to go through something such as that is horrific, but God brought you through it for a reason. And those of you that are dealing with and going through chemo and all, every time you come out, know that God brought you through that for a reason, and tell your story. Your story is very it will be very inspirational to the next woman. Your story will be very inspirational to the one that's going through it even right now. And so I encourage you and I empower you on tonight. As a matter of fact, I challenge you to tell your story and encourage somebody else. I will say, and I said that this month our Women with Purpose campaign is going to be get it done, get it done, get it done. You're going to hear me say that all week long, all month long. Get it done. If you have not gone this year already, it's already October. If you have not gone to get your breast examination, go get it done. Get it done. I know sometimes it can be a scary thought. I know it can sometimes be a scary feeling, but go get it done. We have to do that. We can't skip those appointments. We can't leave those appointments aside. I'm encouraging you and empowering you to go get it done. I know many times, every year that I go and get it done, it's always, you kind of feel some kind of way about doing it, but I pray first. And I ask God to heal my body inside and out, touch every organ, touch every tissue, every muscle, touch everything that is going to be looked at, that's going to be scaled. And I constantly place my body before God in prayer, asking God, telling him that you are Jehovah Rapha. And so I constantly, as a woman, and even the older I get, I constantly make sure that I keep my body before the Lord in prayer so that my body can be in good health, and so that I can also prosper. And so go get it done, ladies, get it done. I've also been in the situations where I would have gone to get it done. And you wait for a few weeks or wait a week or whatever for the results to come back. And then you get that letter in the mail or you get that phone call. And I've been there where I've gotten that phone call and they said, come back. We think we might have saw something, or come back and we need to do the test again. Come back. We didn't get, the pictures that we needed to get. And right away, and if there's anybody in here that can testify with me, you just say amen, say something in the comments. Right away, that feeling that comes over you to get that phone call again, it's not not an easy feeling to get. It's not an easy phone call to get, not even knowing what the results are going to be. But it's just having that phone call to come back again. So I know what that's like. I've had that phone call not once but twice, that I've had to go back again. Thanks be to God, everything came out fine and everything worked out in the right favor. But again, I understand that second phone call. Or that wait after that second test, to see exactly what it is that they thought they saw. And so um, I say all of that, even much more to say, go get it done. I All of my life, as far as I can remember, at least for the past 30, maybe even 35 years of my life, I've always been an advocate for health. I've always been one to make sure that my doctors knew my name, make sure that my children's doctors knew who we were. Um, I think I said this earlier, but I'll say it again. I think God really wants me to begin to tell even my testimony in life. I have two daughters, and both of them were really premature daughters. My oldest one was 3 pounds 15 ounces. She was born 2.5 months early, and for a month I had, after having her, delivering her early, I had to, watch her in an incubator and watch her grow through her developmental stages, until it was a proper time for her to come home. And even after that, her dealing with asthma and breathing and all kinds of other health challenges. So I was always at the doctor's office. I was always there with her, even after having her 13, 14 months later, youngest daughter. Um, and not even hello to the brothers that's coming in, not even knowing, it took some months for me to even know that I was pregnant because of all of the health challenges that I was even facing while being pregnant. But after having my second daughter, she was threatening to come early, but she was able to last to the 38 weeks. And after having her, she was born with kidney failure and some heart issues and things of that nature. And so I said all of that, and again, I'll say these things in my testimony when I tell you later on in the month. I say all of that to say this: I have had to learn. Let me rephrase that. I have had to learn to be an advocate for myself and for my children when it comes to my health, when it comes to going to the doctors. Even now with my husband, I've had to learn to be an advocate for him when going to the doctors. I've had to learn that it was okay to ask questions. I had to learn that it was okay. Thank you for the amens. I know I'm not out here by myself. I had to learn to write those questions down before it was time to go to the doctor. I had to learn the language of the doctors. I made myself do that, and I was okay with that. And even after that, the Lord blessed me even to um, um, work. And here in Wisconsin, we had this initiative called the Life initiative, which still goes on today. But it is the Life Course Initiative for Healthy Families, and it was really geared toward Black and Brown women in childbearing ages. And so of course, you know, it's there's facts and there's data that shows that our children, our babies, our Black and brown children are not living past the year of 2 years old because of all of these health challenges that they come into this world with. And so I was an outreach specialist for this particular initiative in our area. And we did everything we could to help our Black and brown women have access to health care. We did everything we could to make sure that there were resources available to them, you know, whenever needed. We also made sure that we dealt with, there was a group of women who dealt with even the dismantling racism amongst our Black and brown women in the healthcare system. And so, I mean, it was a great initiative, and it's still going on today, and it still is a wonderful initiative to women who felt some kind of way when going to the doctor, or to be able to encourage them and to let them know, listen, you have the right to ask questions. You have the right to your 20 minutes at your follow-up appointment. You have the right to not leave your doctor's office until you feel comfortable enough to leave, when you feel like all of your questions and are answered, and when you are able to leave there and go home and understand everything what the doctor, he or she have said. And so we worked that for a good almost 10 years. We worked that for 20 something years. I worked in our school system, but after that, God even allowed me to move away from that. And I went back to school, and the Lord blessed me to get an education in health and human services. And so about 5 years ago, then I started working in one of our main behavioral health clinics for the city that I was living in. And I really enjoyed that. And I felt like that was my niche. I loved working with in the behavioral health clinic. I loved working with mental health. Loved helping. I just felt like that was ministry. It wasn't just, you know, doing something for a job per se. It really was ministry. And that's how I looked at it. And I felt like doing those virtual having those virtual conversations with the clients and with the patients, and doing even medication management. I felt like it was just my calling to do the health and human services part of it. And so with all of that and all of my background, thank you, with all of that and all of my background, I even more so began to be an advocate for health. Ask the questions, talk about it, figure it out, know your rights, all of those things. And so um it just does my heart glad when I know that I can have a true and open conversation with other women and men as well, and encourage them to be advocates for their health as well. And again, I'm going to share my testimony. As a matter of fact, even as I'm talking, God is saying don't wait, but make sure that you do it. And so next Monday, make sure you're on. You're going to hear a powerful testimony that I have regarding some health challenges, some loops and loopholes that I've had to face, not only for myself, but again for my children, and even now so for my husband, who is diabetic. And there's no secret to this, so I don't feel bad sharing it. He's a diabetic, and right before we got married, suffered some, had to go through some health challenges and have an amputation to one of his legs. And so as time went on, having to deal with that, and as time went on, then not one amputation but two amputations. And so having to deal with that. And so talking again, coming back to bringing this up about October, and wanting to encourage you on tonight. That this is my empowerment for you on tonight. Since this is the month of October, and since you will be seeing and hearing all kinds of campaigns and things of that nature about women's health, about breast cancer, even birth, the women, again, in childbearing ages with having issues in birthing their children. This is a very good season for me to empower you and to pour into you the best way that I can. Again, with the help of the Lord, I'm no doctor, I'm no medical scientist or anything like that, but with my expertise and with my experience, with my knowledge, and just with the things that God has allowed me to open my eyes to, I think we can have a very candid conversation. So I'm encouraging you, even starting tonight. This is just the second day of October. If you have not gone to get your exam, make sure that you get that done before the end of this year. Make sure you get it done before the end of the month. And I empower you, and I encourage you to find a friend, find somebody to take with you. If it's a hard thing to do, find somebody to take with you. Find somebody to go with. Find somebody to help release some of the stress that comes along with having to go to the doctor or having to even have this exam done. Especially if you know that this kind of runs in your family, lumpy breast, all of those things, all of those signs. Learn the signs, learn the signs, learn the signs. Find somebody to go with you and say, hey, I don't know, but could you just go with me? I don't want to go by myself. Find someone that you trust to go with you to these appointments. I promise you, it really does kind of ease the stress from just even making the appointment and driving there. Many of us may not live down the street from your doctor's office or around the corner. Many of us, I know I got some Georgia friends on here. You may have to drive on 285 east, 285 west, the Georgia 400. That's for my Georgia sisters out there. You may have to drive, some way. You may have to, here in Wisconsin, get on 93 or 41, whatever, 894. You may have a little bit of a drive to get to your appointment. So take somebody with you, and don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to ask somebody to go with you. And if you are a true friend and you are a true sister to someone, and you see some signs that your sister, that your friend, your girlfriend, your longtime friend, schoolmate that you've been keeping up with for years, and you see some things that are not right with her, then kind of bring it to her attention. Say, hey, are you sure you are right? I've been noticing you're always talking about you're tired all the time. Is everything going good? You're always talking about you having stomach issues. Your stomach hurt all the time. Is everything okay? You're always talking about restless nights and you can't sleep. Are you sure? I mean, bring this subject up. If you are somebody's sister, somebody's friend, somebody's BFF, somebody's ace boo coon, then be that person to them. Don't just be their friend when they want to go out to Applebee's and Olive Garden and Macy's when you want to eat and shop. No, be their friend. Hello, somebody out there. Be their friend when it's their health, when they're in some trouble, when they may have to face some difficult situations, when they may have to have some hardcore conversations that they can't have with anybody else but you. Be their friend then too, not just talking about the new pair of shoes that you found on sale. No, be their friend through the good, through the bad, through the hard, through the rough times. Be their friend. be their friend. We are our sister's keeper. The Lord blessed me to speak at a women's conference a couple of weeks ago here in the city at one of our sister churches, and it was I am my sister's keeper. That was the topic. And guess what? We are. I am your keeper. You are my keeper. If you see something about me that ain't quite right, then hey, tap me on the shoulder and say, hey sis, is everything good? Are you sure? I've been noticing this or I've been noticing that. And I'm gonna do the same for you. I'm gonna tap you on your shoulder. When I see you typing stuff, and here's another one that I often see, and I sometimes it kind of makes me nervous. I don't know if it's the health and human side, services side of me, or if it's my spiritual discernment, intellect tapping it. Even when we text stuff on Facebook, when we type stuff on Facebook for the world to know, and we're publicly talking about how we are not feeling like ourselves and not feeling well, then hey, where's your sister at? Where's the sisters at? Check in with your sister when you see her putting that out there like that. Check in with her when you see that she's not always feeling the best, always cooped up in the house, or when she is just not herself, and you know her to be somebody else. Check in with each other. Check in. Somebody put that in the chat. Check in. Put it in the chat. Somebody check in with your sister. You haven't talked with them in a while. Check in. Call them. Check on them. Make sure that they are okay. Make sure that they are okay. So thank you. Say it. Check in. So I am empowering you tonight. I'm encouraging you tonight. I am pouring in on you tonight. And I plan this is our avenue for the remainder of the month. Thank you. This is our avenue for the remainder of the month to check in with each other throughout the week. I'm going to be placing some stuff on Facebook. If I place something on Facebook on our Women with Purpose page, then yes, I want you to share it. I want you to share it. I want you to tell everybody else. I want you to spread the word. It's not good for it just to be good for ourselves, but if it's something good, then I want to share it with somebody else. So whatever I place on Women with Purpose, you're most certainly welcome to share it, because it is empowering, it's spiritual, and it's something that we can feast off of for the remainder of the day, the week, the month, or even the year. And so I again, as we are about 3 minutes to end here on tonight, I again want to tell you our slogan for the month of October is get it done. That's how you'll hear me say it. You'll see me post it. You'll read it. You share it. You put it on your post. That is what you're going to hear me say all month. Get it done. Go get it done. Um, Besides that, in addition to some other announcements, I probably should have told you this at the beginning. We want to make sure that you are preparing yourself for our women's conference. It's in April of 2024, but I want to give you plenty enough time to prepare yourself to travel if you want to come, or just get yourself ready mentally and emotionally and spiritually for what God is going to do for us in April 11th, 12th, and the 13th, right here in the city of Milwaukee. We also have some things that you can shop for, that you can purchase on our website. If you go to womanwithpurpose.net, womanwithpurpose.net. I think I'll put it in the chat so everybody will know what it is. Go to our website and go on. When you go under there, I think I spelled it right. When you go under there, go under the shop, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you will see a couple of the tumblers that's on there, and all proceeds are going to help us to prepare for our conference. It's also going to help. Women with Purpose is going to give away some Thanksgiving gift cards. We're also going to help some families even through our Christmas. We know that it is not about toys and gifts and all of those things, but it is the holiday day to enjoy family, to appreciate family, appreciate each other. We don't, it ain't about Santa Claus and the turkey and with the feathers, and it's not that. I don't celebrate that. But I do celebrate family. I do celebrate family time. I do celebrate those moments we have to come to the table as a family and eat as a family, talk as a family, laugh as a family, tell those old stories of when grandpa had to walk 10 miles in the snow to school, all of those things. I admire those moments and those times that we come together as family. And so I take this October, November, December season as moments of family time. And so and those times are very important. So all proceeds will go for these moments that we're going to give. Yes, and watch the games. Yes, exactly. Watch the games, whether you want to or not, because that's what's going to be on TV, ladies. That's what's going to be on TV. And here in Wisconsin, we going through we got a new Packer quarterback, and now we got some new folks on the Bucks. So it's going to get real good these next 3 months. So yeah, so all of those things are very important. But so all proceeds are going to go for us to make sure that families are happy together. Somebody said boo. Are going to be happy while we spend this family time together these next couple of months. And it's going to also help us prepare for our conference. And as a matter of fact, let me tell you, starting January 1st, the registration for the conference will begin starting January 1, 2024. So we have a lot to do and a lot to prepare for. And every time you give, maybe you don't want a tumbler, maybe you don't want anything to purchase, but maybe you do want to donate to help us do what we do in this initiative. You're more than welcome to do so by Cash App, $WWPLEVEL up, $WWP. I want to make sure I give it to you right. Dollar sign is basically dollar sign. Yep, dollar sign WWPLEVEL up. Basically, Women with Purpose level up. So you most certainly can do either one of those. Let me put it in the chat. If you just want to give and you want to say, well, I don't want a tumbler, but I most certainly want to give to your initiative to make sure that somebody else is blessed. You're more than welcome to do that at any time. We appreciate that. I love you. I thank God for you. I appreciate you listening to me on tonight. And remember, this entire month, we may even have some guests on this month. There are some women who join us who do have breast cancer initiatives, I believe all the way in Georgia and other places. And so I salute you ladies who are tackling on this initiative. And I pray God's blessing and success over everything you do for this month regarding this breast cancer awareness month. So I salute you. Thank you all. I love you and have a great and prosperous evening. And remember, go get it done. Good night.